Hello everyone, welcome to Arunachal Mirror. So today we have a very important panel discussion with doctors, with healthcare department, with business community and with the student leader. And that the discussion is related to the lack of space in State Quarantine Center Lekhi and the new SOP that is in the need of the hour to contain the spread of COVID-19 further in our state. So today on the panel I have with me Dr. Lobsang Setim, who is the president of Indian Medical Association Arunachal chapter. Next we have Dr. Zigo Ori, who is the General Secretary of Indian Medical Association Arunachal chapter. And next we have Dr. Rooney Tasung, who is the Deputy Director of Health Services, MCH. And next we have Mr. Toko Prakash, who is the General Secretary of Arunachal Chambers of Commerce and Industries. And next we have Mr. Mejir Taku, who is the Vice President of All Arunachal Pradesh Students Union. So I welcome you all to Arunachal Mirror. And today's discussion, we have, it has been reported from various corners that State Quarantine Center Lekhi is running out of the space. So our discussion will be based on this particular topic. We'll say the problems, and we should also, I request all the panelists to give a solution to this part. So first, I will start with Dr. Lobsang Setim to put a light on this topic.
Yeah.
Dr. Lobsang.
Okay. Thank you so much. As you know, thank you so much for inviting me for this panel discussion. And we are at a very, very crucial juncture now, especially in our capital complex, because of the spike in the number of cases that we have been seeing in the recent few days. And if you see on the day-to-day basis, daily we are getting around 50 cases per day, positive cases. So if you see that, then of this around, say, we are taking just an average 50. So of this 50, at least 40 to 45 patients will be asymptomatic. So on day-to-day basis, if we are going to shift these patients to the COVID care center, so our Lekhi is having a capacity of, I guess, around 500 odd something, I guess. But I came to know that, so of that, few are kept for the health workers accommodation, and rest are for the COVID care center. But I heard like now till yesterday, around only 40 beds are available vacant. So this also today it would get filled up. So then where do we go? So now it's high time that we have to think of some other modality to keep the patients. And as in other states like Delhi, UP, Karnataka, Jharkhand, many are doing home isolation. So I guess home isolation is the way forward to address to these issues.
Okay. So what about Dr. Ori sir?
Yeah, I completely agree with our president, sir, Dr. Lobsang, sir. See, when the things are last, even I think 2-3 days back, there was already the quarantine center at Lekhi was full. And then some of our inmates has to be transferred to some other areas like in trims. So some kind of adjustment just to solve the problem at that point of time. But now the problem was solved because it was transferred actually to the trims. Although they were not very much indicated to be transferred in the hospital, because in trims usually we transport the symptomatic patient. But then because of the problem at that time, and then many times we could not transfer a positive patient because it was already full. So like that situations comes and goes up, and next day luckily so many inmates has to be discharged because they were already negative, and then from that point of time the problem was solved. So likewise these things is going to repeat actually, because when the in the community spread and other things, when the people are started testing when we increase the testing, definitely we are going to get more positive cases, and even the asymptomatic cases, if we have to keep in quarantine center, this type of problem is going to repeat again and again. So what I feel is I also advocate strongly the quarantine. I mean, to the asymptomatic patient, we can keep the option open for home isolation, provided the strict guidelines and SOP should be prepared by the state.
Okay.
Like for example, if there should be many criteria that we can adopt from the standard protocol from the other state. We can consult from there, and we can consult other state. I mean, the central guidelines, whom we can quarantine, and then where we can quarantine. Especially if we have to adopt the home quarantine. I mean, home quarantine. So there are many issues actually which we can discuss later on.
Okay. So before I move to Dr. Rooney, may I take a feedback from Mr. Toko Prakash? Sir.
Hi, good morning. Well, at the very outset, I would like to say that this is totally new to our state and to the country as well, except for the SARS, which we have faced before, and our state didn't have the fortune to face SARS. Yes, of course, our response has been quite, I would say, lethargic. But I would like to congratulate the frontline workers, which has done a tremendous job, particularly the health police and in the administration as well. But we are falling short in many things. Having said that, Arunachal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, at the very outset, on the first day, we have been talking about it. You know, talking about a home quarantine. And I still remember Dr. Ori and me were together 2.5 months back when the pandemic was just started. We had a discussion on this also. See, when we approach this, there cannot be a piecemeal approach. We need a total holistic change of policy. When I talk about policy, everything has to come in. If we just say that we do home quarantine, then how do we back it up? So what I need to tell here today is we need to have a rethink on the policy that we have adapted towards this pandemic. We have to have a rethink, a serious measure. Rehauling is required in our thinking, in our thought process, and in an approach to the disease that we are facing right now. This is not the time for one-upmanship. This is not the time to keep on pointing our fingers, because we have a lot of loopholes. There are a lot of drawbacks. Yes, it is. But what we want to do right now is to look for a solution that we require right now. Because if we don't intervene right now, as Dr. Lobsang has rightly said, we are in a critical juncture. If we don't intervene now, if the system is not refined now, if we don't intervene in a positive manner, we will be blamed. All of us will be blamed, not only the government, including each one of us. So there is a big stake in here. I can always join in later. I think this is my beginning of my presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, so how do you respond, Dr. Rooney Tasung? Ma'am, how do you respond to these statements?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to reiterate what Dr. Lobsang and Dr. Jago Ori has said. We must now, regarding the quarantines, first of all, we must think in other terms like the other states are doing. Now is the time, because this COVID is not going to go away in a week or two. It is there with us. It is going to stay with our lives. So there will be so many, since we have ramped up our testing facilities also, so there will be so many positive cases. Therefore, since in our present SOP, they are shifted to the COVID care centers and facilities. This in the coming days will be giving us very big problem, like Dr. Lobsang said. So we must go for home quarantine, home isolations. That is all positive cases, but asymptomatic. Just remember, asymptomatic, these all can be shifted and they can home isolate themselves at their own homes, of course, after following certain rules and regulations, which the state can go in for and make a new SOP regarding that. Another thing, whatever we do, we may keep them at home, we may keep them in the isolate them in the housing complexes, but as long as we don't have support of the public, we don't have support from the CBOs, then NGOs and union student unions like APSU and all. So if we don't have their support, this pandemic cannot be won over. It cannot be conquered. So, and then another thing the public must realize, and everybody must realize, this is a new disease because of which there is so much panic and misconceptions. People are very scared. But if you really look at the status and if you really see, this is nothing but, like some simple common cough and cold. Maximum of the people have these signs and symptoms and they become all right, more than 80%. So किसी any cough and cold जैसा होता है, only those vulnerable people, एजेड वाला and certain age group का वाला, then the comorbidity वाला जिसका साथ they have other like diabetes or whatever. So these and younger children and pregnant women, children below 10 years, we must know that these are the vulnerable groups. So they should be safe from this disease, for which we have given SOPs, what you are supposed to do, hand washing and all those. So coming back to the point, we need the cooperation of all the people in the society. Everybody must cooperate. Then social distancing karna hai, hand washing karna hai, mask wearing karna hai. And after doing that only, because if we send the people, those who are positive, and send them for home isolation, the neighbors will be discriminating them, stigmatizing them, which will give them lots of, mental issues. So that's why I again say we need public support in every way if we had to go for home quarantine, home isolation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So what about Apsu? What is Apsu's opinion on this particular issue? Mr. Mezetaku.
Well, very good afternoon. Good afternoon, panelists, all the panelists. At the very outset, I, on behalf of people of Arunachal Pradesh, would like to appreciate and thanks all the frontline workers, especially doctors, nurses, police personnel, administration, officials and sub-sanitary workers and driver and all of you. Well, regarding the home isolation and home quarantine, first and foremost, it's my opinion whether it is possible in Arunachal Pradesh or not. There is so many regions. I feel that there is the region is that, take example of the Delhi model. In the Delhi model, when patient is detected as a COVID positive, asymptomatic, he will be put under home quarantine. But from Delhi government, official from Delhi health, they used to contact them and guide them, number one. And they used to, from Delhi government side, they used to provide oximeters for measuring oxygen level and all. And just, I wanted to know that whether this is possible in Arunachal Pradesh. And regarding the preparedness in the Arunachal Pradesh, I feel that, like, take example of 2 kilo, where there was moves was going to be attacked. जहाँ पे जो दो ग्रुप था वहाँ पे, I was witness there, ऐसे absolutely witness there. वहाँ पे both side से एक ग्रुप अंदर में है, एक ग्रुप बाहर में है. वो अटैक का मूड में था. तो उस पे ये था कि आपका वहाँ पे कुछ एक पॉजिटिव पेशेंट पकड़ा. तो पकड़ने के बाद में जब वो शिफ्टेड किया गया है और बाकी सब जो है वहाँ ये चर्च में, ये आपका प्रेयर सेंटर में आइसोलेशन में बैठा. तो बाहर का कुछ मूव लोग है उसको अटैक करने के लिए कर रहा था. तो मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि अभी का तारीख में, अभी जैसे कि आपका कल डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा था, ये आपका कल का स्टेटमेंट में आपका एक स्टाफ डॉक्टर ने कहा था कि अभी जितना भी पकड़ रहे हैं वो इंटीरियर जो कॉम्पैक्ट एरिया से पकड़ रहा है. तो उस कॉम्पैक्ट एरिया में अगर कोई पकड़ने से वेदर उसमें पॉसिबल होगा होम आइसोलेशन, ये एक क्वेश्चन बनता है. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अभी इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश जो हम फील करता है, जो स्टिग्मा जो है ना, जो बहुत हाई है हम लोग का लोग का बीच में, तो अवेयरनेस का, इसको अवेयरनेस का बहुत सारा जरूरी है. तो ये अवेयरनेस जो पॉसिबल है क्या, और हम लोग को यहाँ पे हम देखा है, और रिगार्डिंग अदर्स बाहर जो स्टेट का मैंने देखा है कि वहां पे होम आइसोलेशन के लिए प्रॉपर गाइडलाइंस बनाया गया है. और उसमें वहां पे मैक्सिमम लोग का यहाँ पे बहुत लिमिटेड, हम लोग का अरुणाचल में भी जैसे घर है जिसका अपना सेपरेट कंपाउंड है, अपना बिल्डिंग है, और उसमें अपना प्रॉपर बिल्डिंग है, सेपरेट टॉयलेट्स है, ऐसे वाला बहुत कम बिल्डिंग्स है. तो मैक्सिमम जो है रेंटेड हाउस में बैठता है. आई थिंक कोई रेंटेड वाला पॉजिटिव आ गया बोलने से शायद वो, अभी भी मैंने कुछ बिजनेस प्रैक्टिकली बिजनेस देखा है, वो रेंटेड वाला कोई भगाने के लिए ट्राई कर रहा है, तो वो परमानेंटली वहां से हटाने के लिए कर रहा है. तो इज इट पॉसिबल इन द अरुणाचल प्रदेश? ये एक मेरा एक सवाल था. ये
Yes, yes. So, what do you have to say from the doctors? Is home
Yeah,
quarantine feasible in Arunachal?
Yeah. Yeah. So at the very outset, I'd like to thank Apsu and especially Major Takuji for being so proactive and taking a very leading role in this whole COVID fight, and also being the people's voice and also gauging the government's step time to time basis, on time to time basis. I was very
Yes.
taken aback by seeing a picture of his in social media wishing his son happy birthday from a distance, just to keep his family safe. And that was very, very
Thank you, sir.
emotional. So we would like to congratulate, and we wish that they carry forward this noble job forward. So regarding the feasibility of home isolation, if you see in Arunachal context, because as Madam has said that we are doing now more number of cases, more number of testing now in each and every locality. Testing is being scaled up with the advent of rapid antigen tests, because this will be a game changer now in our state. So as and when we test more number of cases, we will find more number of positive cases, and of that majority will be asymptomatic. The ideal situation would be if government is able to provide a required number of COVID care centers for all asymptomatic cases, then well and good. But if you have if the number goes in thousands, then I think even if you take whole hotels of Itanagar can explore this option of home isolation, and maybe we can devote a dedicated team wherein they can first identify whether that home is ideal for home isolation or not. We can the team can maybe a person from administration, police, and a medical person, they can go and check the home, the locality, whether it is really feasible or not. If it is feasible, then well and good. And also we have to see the person, patient per se, because only young patients only we can advocate home isolation, because as Madam said, those who are having comorbidities like cancer, diabetes, hypertension, pregnant, we can't do home isolation, and elderly people and children, we can't do home isolation. For them, they have to be taken care in a COVID care center. So home isolation is very much possible if proper guidelines are made and they are being followed. And as you said, especially the problem will be monitoring, how we can do the monitoring, because for any asymptomatic cases, the only thing that you have to monitor is the oxygen saturation level and pulse rate and respiration rate. That can easily be monitored passively or actively. So I'm just showing a pulse oximeter. This is a finger pulse oximeter. So this hardly comes for around say 2,000 or so. Delhi government has provided this to all those who are doing home isolation. So this is hardly I think 2-3,000. State government can procure this, and they can give to the the patients who are doing home isolation. They can be given that, and then regularly that patient can make a chart, and that can be followed up by a doctor who is sitting in the the COVID call center or wherever in the COVID control room. So, and whatever consultation has to be done, it can be done through telemedicine or teleconsultation. That way, passively, that the patient's progress can be very well followed up. And actively, if you want to go, then some health workers like Asha worker or Anganwadi worker, even sisters, they can visit the hospital and on time to time basis. And if you see Delhi, especially the private hospitals like Max, Apollo, they have come up with a COVID package wherein they send a doctor, sister to such patients. They give immune boosters. They monitor your pulse rate and oxygen saturation level. And also if a patient is symptomatic, they provide you ambulance. So it is very much feasible, but then for practicality, we have to develop the proper SOP and see the locality where it is feasible. As Takoji has pointed out, in Arunachal, especially people who are staying in apartments, there may be social stigmatization and ostracization. So that can be very well addressed if the CBOs, NGOs, and municipal bodies, all if they come and if they help in allaying the fears of the public, it is very much possible. Like,
Okay. So Prakash sir,
Yeah,
what
I
is your
want to
take on?
come in.
Oh, you want to come? Oh,
Yeah, I want to come in. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a one or other day we have to do it, because we know that there is a limitations in the CC in our, especially in the capital region. So we have to do it. So we have to plan it actually before the situation comes. We have to plan, and from now onwards. So I would like to ask the state government, and I would like to ask them to prepare the SOP, proper SOP. So it is very much feasible. There may be some problem here and there, but what are the things which we are expecting to face? Number one is there is a lack of awareness for our people. So we have to do a lot of awareness campaign on this. These are regarding the home isolations. And second one, there should be a strict SOP. Who can do home isolations? Number one, we should see the individualized. We have to see individual. Like, for example, if doctors is infected, then doctor is definitely they're eligible for home isolations asymptomatic, because doctor can monitor their own health. Likewise, we can categorize. Like, for example, if nurse is positive, definitely nurse can monitor their SpO2 oxygen level and other vitals. And likewise, we can categorize certain people who can monitor their health. The basic idea of isolation is, number one, to monitor the health. Number two is to containment. And now second is containment, how it can be contained. Because in the home isolations, there should be a separate room. There should not be any comorbid patients in your homes, like elderly with BP, deep diabetes, and etc. There should not be any patient in the person where the person has to be home isolated. And then we have to see the locality, the area. For example, the Dokum colony, where a lot of people are overcrowded and a lot of positive cases are coming. There we may not be very much practicable, just for an example. So we have to see the location of the area. If the person is having a single residential area, then definitely they can do it. But then if there is an apartment where a lot of people are using the same corridor and all, there is overcrowding whole apartment, there are 2-3% positive, then that is not feasible for home isolations. And likewise, we can, and then suppose the person is positive somewhere in the very outskirts, like in Jolong, and then where the home is separately located. So those things we can even we can isolate them at home, and then we have to give the daily reports of health vitals. For that like we have to depute a team. We have to identify the segment. We have to identify the segment and identify the people who will go there and see, and then telecommunications. Likewise, we have to make it in very detailed way. Otherwise, there will be a problem. But one or other day, we have to do it. So whether we do it or we don't do it, but we have to keep it prepared. So that is called preparedness. Preparedness is very, very important because the government has got its own limitations. Then when the cases are increasing, then definitely one or other day, maybe after some days when it is attending peak, that time we have to do it. So my request to the government is, we must prepare standard SOP for this, and we must prepare mentally. And awareness also, like NGOs and other student organizations and like IMA and their CBOs and all, we should start doing on medias and all, we should start campaign, start doing awareness on home isolations. Then we can see the public response. Because earlier also we have seen a lot of the concept of coronavirus itself is very much, new for the people of our state, but now the people are accepting it. Their people are getting used to it, and there is a positive in their family, in their colony. So likewise, see, it is evolving. So our people are also they know it, and they are knowing it, and then they keep changing their behavior and take on the messages.
So, Prakash sir, what is your take on it?
See, like the way we might be speaking above our pay grades here, because we have technical people from medical background there who has clearly spelled it out. We need a strict SOP, first of all, and our approach should be multi-pronged. And so beautifully, Dr. Ori has in fact delineated that on individual basis, on the basis of location, what kind of place they are staying, On basis of this, we can form a policy and it needs to be implemented ASAP. Number two, we should start believing on the wisdom and intelligence of our people. Let us not have a preconceived notion that our people won't be able to take it. It's like a colonial argument saying that, see, you cannot govern yourself. That's why Britishers are governing you. Let us put that thinking and thought process in the dustbin and let us think out of the box. First of all, if you really want to do it, my request will be make the positive case in the public domain. Number one. You are losing so much of time in contact tracing. You are losing so much of time, whatever little resources that you have, you are putting it there. But why? Why should we do that? If you are talking about social stigmatization, it's been more than 2.5, 3 months. Government has been doing, Chambers has been doing, IMA has been going door to door, colony to colony. I think we have reached a level of understanding and people have got to know about it. So we should start believing in them. So let us not keep ourselves in the room and start assuming things. Let us go public, number one. Number two, as you have clearly mentioned out, and that we have said it 3 months back in a conference where Dr. Ori was there also, we said that if you can do home quarantine, in fact, we gave the breakups also to the government, how to go about it. If you have a chip-based CCTV, whereby you can monitor in your room how you are doing it. And likewise, they have come out with an oximeter now. You have come out with asymptomatic patients who are healthy. Can't we do it at home? Can't we do it in hotel? It's a different case if you talk about it, how to back it up. Then you're looking, if you look at the nurses in Arunachal Pradesh, we have more than 3,500 still required. We have around 2,000 nurses are there. You talk about trims, we have hardly around 130. We are falling short by almost 350. If you talk about a doctors in Arunachal, 650. How much we have in capital? 150. We have to go by statistic. We cannot make policy in air. We have to take the statistic one by one. We have to see what are the practical problems if we implement it. We have to see that. And only when we see that, then only you can come out with a policy. Then only you can come out with an implementation program. Until and unless there is a coordination between district administration, between the health officials, between the police personnel, and more importantly, the stakeholders that we call it in Arunachal Pradesh, the CBOs, student organizations like Arunachal Chamber of Commerce. Nobody told us to go and do the testing for our business community. We did suo motu. This is not the time to tell somebody, you please do it. This is the time to take cognizance of the matter in your hand and get yourself involved. This is the way to go about it. And I'm very sorry, we are lagging in that. We are very sorry to say that. What is our preparedness? I don't know. A government spokesperson, now from government we have Dr. Runi Tasung. She can fill us up. What are the statistics? Then only we can talk about it, or else it will be like building a castle in the air. That's what I believe. So please give us the statistics. We have a limited understanding, but we know if you give us the concrete statistic, we know how to go forward. We have brilliant people in Arunachal Pradesh. I have seen Dr. Ori working for so long. I have seen Dr. Lobsang. And another example, without taking much of the time, I would like to talk about Dr. Gomi Basar. I would like to talk about Dr. Kumri. They are not supposed to be in the field, but they are. And I saw them after doing a test which Chambers have organized in the past 3 days. We have done around 600 testing and more than 40 people were found positive. After doing the test, they were burning their own PPEs. They were not there complaining about there is no man from IMC. They were doing it. They are showing by example. This is what we require in this today's time. We require leadership. We require political leadership. We require leadership from CBOs. We require leadership from stakeholders. We need leadership from medias like you. This is what we require.
Okay.
Then it is
So,
okay.
Madam Runi, how do you respond it? Dr. Runi.
Okay. Very good observation by the Commerce, Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for acknowledging the doctors also work. So, I would like to go back to the Mr. Taku's, observations and queries regarding isolation, home isolation, because since we have ramped up our testing mechanism. Lots of positive cases are coming up. So what I think is already like the Chamber of Commerce spokesperson has said, all the stakeholders must be involved in it. So first of all, it is not difficult. If we are talking about home isolation, it's not a difficult thing. We have to make the SOPs. For the SOPs, that is okay. There we have got lots of other states. We can see that and we can customize according to our state's requirement. How we can go about it is, I would like to tell you that their district administration is there. We have number of wards, sectors or villages. So the home isolation in villages, rural areas is not a big issue. Issue will be in the urban areas. But with that also, we have got the example of Dharavi. It is the biggest, slum in Asia. They could contain the disease. Now the cases are very less. So if we divide the, sector-wise and ward-wise, and like we are doing now for the testing also, we have around 20, units. They are going sector-wise, E sector, B sector, A sector with a doctor and lab technicians and others, comprising of 2 to 3 people. So exactly like that, we can form groups of doctors. And for home, I'm talking about home isolation. Exactly like that, the doctors can, take care of the people, those who are in home isolation. Those are, asymptomatic but positive cases. Like we have already said, pulse oximeter is there, then with the scanner. These 3 things is very important, taking the temperature of that person and their oxygen saturation and their pulse every day, or if and when they find this deviating from the normal, they can inform that person who is in charge, and this in charge, the phone number should be given to the ward wise. Supposing I am in E sector, my phone number should be made known to the E sector in charge. There is a PRI members we have, student leaders we have. So like I said previously, all should take an active part to combat these diseases. Another one regarding the awareness. The awareness, it's now, by now, we cannot say people are not aware. People are aware. Everybody knows. Through Doordarshan, we have been giving messages, through the radio, so many talks. Even the IMI had given so many talks, and through posters and, in local dialects and the FMGs, it's going every day. So saying people are not aware, a little bit, I find people are aware. But the problem here is people are not adopting. अब देखिए लॉकडाउन है, but people are showing in the in the media, WhatsApp, taking photos and saying that so many garis are there, so many people on the road. So meaning of lockdown is a mockery now. So it is for the people to adopt. So they should be take seriously. They're taking it very lightly. They should take seriously. And once the people and the public adopt the things we are showing, they know that awareness is going on very nicely, but adaptation is the big issue in our setup. Once they adopt, like the Chamber of Commerce was telling, so many points, good points. Why can't we do it? We can surely do it. It's very, it will go a long way in solving the problem. Like in Lekki, it's overcrowding with the positive cases. Dreams, one day it will be also overcrowded. So in the future, it's high time, like all the previous speakers said, and State Health Task Force is also looking into it to come up with that, home isolation. So taking all feedback from the public and from other stakeholders, we'll be shortly coming out the SOP. Okay. That's all.
Okay. So apart from this, does APSU have any queries regarding the quarantine facilities and the way the cases is being tackled? Mr. Major Thakur.
Okay, can I put in one more sentence?
Yes.
Can I put in one more sentence?
Okay.
Hello? Yeah. Can I put in one more sentence? Actually, and another thing, sometimes people don't listen. So there are, penalties under this Pandemic Act. So administration should, strictly impose those penalties on the people, set an example, so that the public comes to know, if I do this, in spite of me being warned, I will be penalized. So if this kind of strict action, some examples are set, I think most of the, public will adhere to the, those lockdown procedures or protocols, etc. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. From APSU's point of view.
Yeah, actually, regarding the just I want to conclude in regarding the home isolation and home quarantine. Practically, sometimes I feel that practically this is very difficult in the context of Arunachal Pradesh. The reason is that, you see, we have only one CC COVID care center there at Lekhi. It is very difficult to, run by the state government, number one point. वो इतना तकलीफ हो रहा है चलाने के लिए. And if we start home quarantine in the various areas, number one point is that we need more manpowers. हम लोग को बहुत सारा मैन पावर का जरूरी होगा. इज इट विद स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, वो एक है. उसके बाद में जिसे अभी हमारा वो प्रकाश सर ने बोला है कि एंड दिस इज प्रैक्टिकली इट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. जैसे कि यहाँ पे एक एसओपी जो बनता है, एसओपी बनाने में दैट इज वेरी सिंपल. आपका वहां पे 5-6 आईएएस ऑफिसर बैठ जाता है सेक्रेटरीट में, रातों रात एसओपी बन जाता है. बट प्रैक्टिकली उसको जो फॉलो करना दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, क्योंकि बहुत सारा अभी एसओपी है. हम लोग के काफी अफसोस है, हम लोग देखा है, चैलेंज किया. उसका बाद यहाँ का जैसे होम क्वारंटाइन का बात करने से अभी जैसे कि प्रैक्टिकली हम लोग बहुत सारा स्टेट का हम लोग खुद मॉनिटर देखता है, स्टडी कर रहा है. तो वहाँ मेन रीजन इसलिए दिया गया कि बाहर स्टेट में वहां पे पॉपुलेशन ज्यादा है, उसको उसको एकोमोडेट नहीं कर पा रहा है. बट हम लोग का अभी तक जो है ओनली वी हैव अप्रोक्सीमेट 700 प्लस 800 जैसे पेशेंट है. तो अभी यहाँ में जो एक्टिव वाला है 500 प्लस. तो 500 प्लस होने से और एडिशनल और एक क्वारंटाइन सेंटर बनाने से और कोविड केयर सेंटर बनाने से पॉसिबल है यहाँ में ना. और यहाँ पे वी शुड नो दैट एसिम्प्टोमेटिक जो बोलने में इट इज वेरी बहुत आसान है. बट आप सब डॉक्टर लोग आप बैठा है, टेक्निकल प्रोफेशनल्स आप हमसे ज्यादा जानता है. बट एसिम्प्टोमेटिक इज नोन एज one of the potential and good carriers. एसिम्प्टोमेटिक से हम लोग एक वो उससे ज्यादा फैल सकता है. और जिस घर में रखेगा, और हम लोग का यहाँ पे जो एक फैमिली का जो लोकेलिटी जो है वो ज्यादा आसपास मिलता जुलता है, आई थिंक बहुत तकलीफ होगा. ये बहुत सारा पहलू है. तो ये तो आज आप लोग ने टॉपिक अचानक में लाया, तो इस सब्जेक्ट में भी हम लोग प्रिपेयर करेंगे और देखेंगे और पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है, पॉसिबिलिटी क्या नहीं है, हम लोग इसके लिए स्टडी करेंगे. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट जो अभी एडिटर साहब तो तक मुझे आपने मुझे पूछा रिगार्डिंग द क्वारंटाइन सेंटर, देखिए उसमें इन एवरी डे आई यूज्ड टू गो कॉल फ्रॉम द क्वारंटाइन सेंटर एंड कोविड केयर सेंटर जो लेकी में है और ऑल ओवर द स्टेट से मिलता है. वहां का अभी तक का जो कंप्लेन है, जैसे वहां पे बहुत सारा पेशेंट्स है, बहुत सारा पेशेंट्स फर्स्ट जो कंप्लेन है, बहुत सारा पेशेंट्स है वहां पे. जैसे कि आप देखिए आपका शुगर पेशेंट को डॉक्टर साहब आप लोग जानते हैं, उसको जो राइस खाना मना है, लेकिन उसको जो बाकी सब खाता है राइस वो वही खिला रहा है. उसके लिए सेपरेट जो है वो प्रॉपर प्रिपेयर नहीं है. और वहां पे जो अभी हमारा जो इम्यून सिस्टम को बढ़वाने के लिए जो विटामिन दिया जाता है उसका कमियां है. उसका बाद इम्यून सिस्टम को बढ़वाने के लिए जो खाना हमको जो डाइट चाहिए, जो एक डाइट प्रॉपर डाइट चाहिए, स्टिल नो प्रॉपर डाइट प्लान इन द कोविड सेंटर्स. जो मेरा कहना है प्रॉपर डाइट चाहिए, वो डाइट जो प्रोवाइड नहीं कर रहा है. और जब से हम लोग उसी दिन तौर पर ये आपका मीडिया में बोला कंप्लेन करने का, मैंने अभी सुना कल परसों वहां से फोन आया, मच्छी भी 2 पीस हो गया बोला, अंडा भी 2 पीस हो गया बोला, और पानी पीने के लिए गर्म पानी करने के लिए फ्लास्क कुछ बढ़ रहा है बोला. तो मेरा जो एक सवाल ये है कि जब हर एक चीज करने के लिए हर किसी को कोई ना कोई एनजीओ को बात करना है. और आप अभी देखिए उसका पानी का प्रॉब्लम है, खाना पीना का प्रॉब्लम है. तो इसमें वो जो बेसिक जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो फुलफिल नहीं हो रहा है. तो इसलिए हम फील करते हैं कि इसको आप लोग जितने भी यहाँ में बैठा पैनलिस्ट है, हम अब सबको भी मैं दरखास्त करूंगा, इसको हम लोग को मिलकर सरकार को बात करना है. वहां पे जो भी पॉजिटिव पेशेंट है दे आर ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर अस ओनली, हम लोग का भाई बहन है, उसके लिए हम लोग को बात करना है.
Okay. You're done with. Okay, Dr. Rooney, before you respond to this query, I also want to make some comment. Even I keep on receiving a lot of complaints from quarantine facility regarding the cost of payment, and regarding the food, regarding the duration of quarantine. So there are a lot of complaints, but what should be the new SOP? And SOPs are also keep on changing. People are confused which one to follow. Even we are not certain कौन सा SOP हम follow करेंगे. So we want to listen from you. What should be the concrete solution to end all these problems?
Thank you. The observations made by the APSU, Mr. Taku, is very genuine. And I'd like to say here, ki, whatever he has said just now, it's like we have been just talking, the number of people in the facilities, if they are decreased, it will be more, practical for the people, for the district administration, because their fooding and lodging and everything is being looked after by the district administration. So what happens here? There is overloading of patients in the CCCs, COVID care centers, and quarantine facilities. So therefore, it is becoming difficult for them also to, manage good food, and see all the other logistics. So what the problem here is, if we can decrease the number of people admitted in the CCCs and the quarantine facilities, how we can decrease the number of people admitted there, that is what we have been talking about, by decreasing the number. And that is by giving people, those who are positive but asymptomatic, they can be kept in the home isolations. So when a person is kept in the home isolation, this issue of, diet, water, and other things are automatically, they are taken care of. Now, let me again say, there was an observation, asymptomatic people will be spreading the disease more. Let me make it clear here, a patient who is positive, supposing someone is positive and asymptomatic, so that person, chances of spreading the disease from that particular person to another is minimal. And on top of that, if that person wears masks, and if that person keeps on hand washing, or if that person maintains that physical distance with the others, the chances of that minimum is also reduced more. So very minuscule, chances of being in him or her infecting others. Now you should know, asymptomatic means that person is not coughing or doesn't have fever, any other problem. He is like any of us, normal. Only thing is, his test was positive. So therefore, that person is not going to cough, or this person is not having fever. So if and only if that person coughs, the droplets will come out and fall on someone or on some surface, and then another person who is not sick may be infected. So I have cleared that. I hope that part is clear. So the chances are very less. So what type of people, whom are we going for home isolation? Sending. We will be sending positive but asymptomatic cases. And as per the data available worldwide and India, we can see that the number of patients, those who are asymptomatic, are more than 80% of the cases, positive cases. So they will be going home. So that problem in the facilities of this diet and all will be solved. So like I said, SOPs, and there was one query about SOPs changing. SOPs are changed according to the ministry, this disease, like I said in the beginning only, this is a very new disease. Even the world experts are still grappling with it, it keeps on changing. If you remember, previously it was said only people working, frontline workers and health workers, they are supposed to wear masks. Common public need not wear masks. It was, in the shuru, in the beginning. Now in the middle, again, it came out, everyone, irrespective of, whether you are a health worker or a frontline worker, even the common public, everybody should wear masks. So like that, this is an example. This, it will keep on changing and evolving. And it is because it is a new virus, which the experts are also still studying. So as and when the new guidelines come, the ministry gives out SOPs. So the state also look at those new SOPs, and accordingly the state, customizes it according to our state. We have to make it state specific. So SOPs, of course, they keep on changing, but we have to be updated, keep on updating ourselves. I hope that answers your queries.
Yes. So before we end this discussion, I would like to take comments from Dr. Lobsang and Dr. Ori and Prakash sir, that agar SOP naya lana hai, so if you want the asymptomatic patients to be shifted to home quarantine, तो कितना दिन रखना चाहिए? अभी का द लेटेस्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू 19 July SOP, returnee should be in quarantine for 5 days and the test should be done on the 6th day, and if tested positive, then he or she has to go for RT-PCR test. तो you want to change the SOP, तो नया SOP कैसा होना चाहिए? Dr. Lobsang and Ori.
Yeah. Regarding this SOP, I mean, especially COVID care center, I think discharging policy, it's a 10th day, actually. 10th day, now we have to keep, on 10th day, we have to test the person with antigen. And then if the person is negative, we can discharge. And it should be asymptomatic. The person should be asymptomatic. If there is a symptom, even the test is negative, we're not going to discharge that. So if suppose a person is negative but asymptomatic, that we should not. There should be a symptom-free for at least 3 days, fever-free for 3 days, irrespective of the test. And then the quality of that what Madam is saying, I just want to add on that. The quality care, why it is not possible, because the catering team, the number of people who are engaged there is actually, I think, it is less than the person. I mean the population of positive patient is more actually. So that is the idea that what is Madam is saying, like we should keep in the home so that the quality care should be given to the person actually who required it. So now actually it is like so many people who is not actually taking so much of care. I mean, like the person whom we have to take care is missing, because so many people are there. So we have to segregate who actually needs real care and who actually don't need. Like very young guys who is in the pharmacy and all, they are still just sitting there. They can be just keep at home because they can take care of themselves. Rather than there are so many diabetic people mixing with them, and then generalized care has been given. So that is going on. That's why that is the idea. Like if home quarantine is done, then at least the person whom we have to take care can be segregated. The other solution is government should establish another CC. So that is the one that government part. But then government has got its own difficulties. And then other we can explore is because of stigmatization and other thing, we can see the option of paid quarantine CC. Paid quarantine CC means some hotels. We can ask some hotels to give as a CC so that they can pay and go. So that also another option we can explore. Those who can afford. So changing of SOP, come to the changing of SOP, the Madam has already said, those who are coming back, especially travelers, yeah, that is right, 5 days, 5th day we have to take a sample. If negative, we discharge. So that is still we are following that one. And I just want to make one point here, another point, that is, even now in the field, although it is unofficial of the record, but then now in the field, we are facing, we are doing some cases as home isolation also, in case-to-case basis. For example, that is not official, but then see, if you do in the field, there is certain situations which we have to do it. So for example, one mother is positive, but child is negative. Baby, 1 month baby is negative. So mother and child cannot be separated. And the family is saying that we don't want to send them in the CC because the baby may be exposed. So those type of situations you can't have. There is no SOP, but then we have to adjust according to the situations. So in such cases, okay, then you just keep there, but then you have to in touch with, we instruct them with certain criteria, like you have to undertaking and something like that with the family and all. So those type of problem we are facing. And then some 2 months baby is coming positive, and then mother is negative. Something like that, some situation which we, there are so many other situations by which we could not take the person to the CC. So some sort of practical problem we are facing, and still there are so many positive people. They are requesting us that they want to be at home. They are saying that, sir, I have my own room. There is no other family is here. Let me stay in the home, because they have seen in the social media and other things, the facility what they are going to get at Lekki is not going to be very good. So they are requesting us also. So practically there are some people which actually need home quarantines. So that's actually I wanted to make it.
Okay. What about Dr. Lobsang, sir?
So,
Last comment.
yeah, so I think we need to learn from the good practices of other states, and everything is doable. And as you see, this COVID thing is also ever changing and evolving. So whatever was relevant maybe a month ago is not relevant now. Things are changing so fast. So we have to keep pace with the developments, and we have to keep this home isolation option open, because as Dr. Ori said, people are there who are willing for home isolation and whose homes have requisite norms for home isolation. And it is very, very much doable. And with the constraints of our CCC, as you said, if say around 80 to 90% of patients are asymptomatic. So in our context, if you see, we have a population of 1.5 lakhs. Of that, if you see around, if you take 20%, it comes to around 30,000. So where would you keep 30,000 asymptomatic patients?
Yes.
If you take everything, all accommodations also, it won't be sufficient. So we have to keep the options open. We have to explore the options, whichever is there, and it is very much doable. And I think only thing which we need to focus is the stigmatization element. That I think with support of APSU and other student bodies and CBOs, if everybody chips in, then I think we can allay the fears of the public. I think this is not only a fight of a single department. I think everybody should come in. Everybody has a role to play, and each one's responsibility is equally important. So I think this is very much doable in our state. And in coming days, I think this we have to go for home isolation.
Okay. So Prakash sir, what is your take on it? Before we take a final comment from Apsu.
I think this will be our concluding remark. So
Yes.
I would take 2-3 minutes, and I have a few observations that I want to say with all seriousness and with all humility. Our approach should be two-pronged. Short term is basically like on the line of WHO: test, trace, and treat. This is what we're going to do. Our approach of the government should be: what is the maximum number of tests you are planning to do? You please define that first. If you are doing 30% of the population, all right. So you follow it up with infrastructure that will be required. If it is positive, where you want to put it? Number two. Number three, what is your HR team? What is your HR availability? You work on these three on the short term. And another thing about the asymptomatic people who are positive, the brilliant idea that has come out of through this discussion was home isolation. It is a very welcome thing. On top of that, I would add, because our business community is suffering, if you offer certain people who has hotels, who has the infrastructure, you can make the offer to them, give them a good price, agreeable price. I'm very sure they'll open the door. Number two, the facilities which was offered by Arunachal Christian Forum, whereby they have given the mission schools. Why cannot we make use of it when they're giving it? Why government is shy to take that? You don't have and you don't want to take. I don't understand. This is my short-term observation. This should be the immediate redressal. Number two, which I feel this pandemic has given a golden opportunity to the state of this government of this state to make few changes. Before going to that, I would like to appreciate APSU, led by Mr. Taku. You are doing a tremendous job. He is talks about the hollowness of the opposition party in the state. We have a vacuum. And he's filling that up. I'm proud of you and your team. Number two, what I want to say, on a policy level, I'm talking about on a policy level, you know how much is Arunachal government giving on health on the total budget? We have only around 6.8%. We have to talk about that. Highest Delhi is giving 13%. Smaller states, Meghalaya is giving 7.4%. We have to think about that. This is a chance. This is an opportunity where we have to talk about this. Number two, the shortages of nurses, shortages of doctors. How do you want to treat those? This is an opportunity for you to think. This is the opportunity for you to formulate. Number two. Number three, the kind of leaders And the kind of doctors and kind of CBOs that we get is the result of the society that we live in. And we are lacking. All of us are lacking. It's a shame. It's a shame that we are so outdated. I think it's about time we should do introspection, rather than pointing fingers, we look into ourselves. This is the time is calling us for to do that. Number 4, our people should have faith on the intelligence and wisdom of the common Arunachalis. Let us not treat them like stupid people. Let the positive cases be made public. Let us save the time on contact tracing. Let us save the human resources, which we have none. This is one thing that I want to talk about. And number 5, lastly, I would like the government to sit down tonight and please think about it, how to go about it. Because this is a time we don't know whether to criticize the government or to help the government. We are in a dilemma. We're in the dark here. We don't know what to do. So what we are doing is whatever is there at our disposal. Arunachal Chamber of Commerce has been working since March and will continue to work. As we discuss now, our team is doing getting some tests done in Nirjuli. After Doimuk, we're going to go, and Bandardua, and finally in Itanagar. This is what we are doing. And we need the support of the entire stakeholders, district administration, health official, police workers. Sir, let me tell you, there is lack of coordination. There's lot need to be desired from them. And I'm not criticizing them. I think this is the time we should come together. So this is my humble petition through your media to the government of Arunachal Pradesh. Please prove us wrong when we think that you're not delivering. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So before we take the concluding remarks from Dr. Runi, we'll move to Apsu.
My opinion is that without proper preparation and SOP, don't go for anything, just for name sake. हमारे यहाँ में क्या होता है कि proper preparation नहीं होके SOP वगैरह बन लेता है, order बना लेता है, just for name sake. Order and SOP can be made overnight, but practically how it's implemented matter. जो practically जो implement करता है, that is matter ना. तो regarding जो अभी there is यहाँ पे जो आपका हम लोग का यहाँ पे चल रहा है अभी जितना भी मेरा प्रीवियस स्पीकर का डॉक्टर ओरी सर आपका स्टेटमेंट और लॉक्सन सर उसका बाद में तो कुछ आप लोग का स्टेटमेंट एग्री करता है अच्छा एडवाइस दिया यहाँ पे अभी मेन जो है हमारा जो मेन जो देखना यहाँ है कि ये अभी जो भी जितना भी डिटेक्टेड हो रहा है मैक्सिमम लोग जो है एसिम्प्टोमेटिक है बट एसिम्प्टोमेटिक होने से भी वी शुड नो दैट दे आर पोटेंशियल कैरियर और उसको अगर कोई भी अगर होम आइसोलेशन में रखेगा हमें सरकार को कल को अगर ये पॉलिसी बनाता है बोलने से ये देखना पड़ेगा वेदर दैट इज पॉसिबल इन दैट कॉलोनी और नॉट क्योंकि वो एक है और इसको अगर इस पॉलिसी में कल को सरकार जाना है बोलने से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट शुड कंडक्ट कंसल्टेटिव कमिटी मीटिंग विद comprised of all the stakeholders like student organizations like Arunachal Indigenous Tribe Forum, CBOs, community based organizations जितने भी है डॉक्टर का जितना भी एक्सपर्ट कमिटी को कंस्टिट्यूट करके एक अभी से एक स्टडी करने देना है वेदर इट इज पॉसिबल इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश और नॉट तो अगर पॉसिबल है अगर इफ एवरीवन इज एग्री तो उस चीज को फैसिबिलिटी को देखकर अगर एग्री है बोलने से वी शुड गो फॉर दैट अगर इफ एग्री अगर सबको अपोज है और सब एक्सपर्ट कहता है एनजीओस कहता है कि ये पॉसिबल नहीं है देन वी शुड नॉट गो फॉर दैट एंड एडिशन टू दैट लास्टली मैं सरकार को वही कहना चाहूंगा अभी द नीड ऑफ हावर जो अभी का समय में वन मोर क्वारंटाइन सेंटर कोविड केयर सेंटर इज नेसेसरी अर्जेंटली तो इसको इमीडिएटली प्रिपरेशन करना है फिर इसके लिए कल को कोई एनजीओ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को प्रोसेस करवाना नहीं है थैंक यू वेरी मच
Okay, so final concluding remarks from Dr. Runi.
So I would like to conclude with the following few lines. Whatever we do, whether we put them in facility quarantine or we put them in home isolation, or whatever do, whether we test or not, everything will depend on four things. 4 things. Number 1, everybody should not forget to wear masks. Mask wearing is mandatory. Number 2, hand washing or at home with soap and water, or if you're outside with sanitizer. Number 3, social, physical distancing, very much important. And number 4, not spitting in public. These 4 steps, protocols, everybody should follow. Then whatever we do, whether we do testing or we put them in quarantine, maybe in facility or maybe in home, that will be successful. Otherwise, even if we take all those steps, if we don't do these 4 protocols, this is not going to help us. Then second one, adaptation of all the protocols by the public. Still now we see that the publics are not adapting. Whenever we go out for meetings and all, we see on the road people walking not wearing masks, and then they are walking in groups. So this is, we need the cooperation of the public 100%. I repeat, 100%. If we do that, just the experts say, if for 2 weeks, 100% people wear masks, 100% people do social distancing, we have every chance of breaking the chain of infection. So we can try that. And for that, the cooperation of the public is needed 100%. And lastly, stakeholders. Until and unless all the stakeholders in the form of CVOs or NGOs or student leaders, everyone doesn't cooperate, doesn't give us cooperation, we cannot do anything. So we need all their help, like APSUs are coming up with important issues, tackling issues, and then like the commerce wala person said, this kind of, if everyone questions and come up with some solutions together, then only we can fight this pandemic. Thank you very much.
Okay. So with this, we shall end the discussion for today, and I hope we had a very productive discussion, and I am sure that the government will take up certain measures to end this pandemic soon. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving time to Arunachal Mirror.